Hello, my soul family. How are you all? And I hope you are doing great, wonderful, amazing, and safe wherever you are in the world. I welcome you all in my channel. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel, for giving me lots of love. And I am very glad that I help you out in some manner. If you have not subscribed yet to the channel, then please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And you can also let me know in the comment section if you want to tell me anything, if you want to ask me anything. So let's start today's video. So this is part number 3 of unlocking and relearning series. We have already completed part number 1 and part number 2, in which we get to know that what is the meaning of Kundalini awakening journey and what is the meaning of spiritual awakening journey. Also, we get to know that how we will know that whether we are in a Kundalini awakening journey or whether we are in a spiritual awakening. So for those who have not watched that video, I'm going to add a link in a description box so you can go and watch that video. Also, in part number 1 and 2, we have talked about some types of keys. These are the keys through which we are going to unlock and relearn the knowledge which has been stored within all of us from our past lifetimes, either from the current lifetime or the divine timing has come for us to know and learn and relearn the knowledge which is being present right now for all of us. So in part number 1 and 2, we get to know that activation key, the unification key, the expansion key, and the liberation key. So in today's video, which is part number 3, we are going to use these keys. Okay, in today's videos, we are going to use the key of liberation, and we are going to use the key of unification and amalgamation. So basically, unification and amalgamation means the process of merging and uniting two or more objects or anything, okay, together into one. So we are going to unify all the knowledge which is right now fragmented in the earth in this video. Okay, so let's start today's video. In today's video, which is the part number 3, we will use the key of liberation and the unification, through which we will liberate ourselves from the myths and the misconceptions which many of us are having. And this we will do by using the key of unification, because right now what is happening on the planet earth, the unification is required because there is lot of fragmented piece of knowledge and wisdom right now available on earth through many religions, books, scriptures, okay, spiritual teachers, communities, etc. So let's see the first myth and misconception about the Kundalini awakening journey. So the first myth and misconception about Kundalini awakening journey is that the Kundalini awakening journey happens all at once and it finishes quickly at once. Now let's use the key of liberation. So no, the Kundalini awakening journey is not happening quickly at all, okay, at once, because it is a process in which many lifetimes after lifetimes happens. Okay, so it is a continuous cyclical process in which there are a lot of stages working: initiation, activation, death stage, purification stage, rebirth stage, transformation. All are these stages which happens. Okay, so the cycle repeats again and again, and we are pushed up into the next higher vibrational level. Every time the intensity will be there when we will go through these cycles. Even these repeated cycles, we will find it difficult every time. Okay, also we can take a example from Hindu scriptures. We get to know that the goddess Parvati ji took 108 births to complete the Kundalini awakening journey, to embody the avatar identity of consciousness. So for her also it takes lifetime after lifetime. So Kundalini awakening is not going to happen at all at once and it finishes very quickly, but it takes lifetime after lifetime. Okay, then we can complete the Kundalini awakening journey. Now let's use the key of unification and let's unlock and relearn the knowledge about the universal life force current which has been present for all of us, okay, through which we are starting our Kundalini awakening journey. So there are many universal life force current present in each density universe. So Kundalini awakening journey is the journey of awakening each universal life force current, and that we do step by step in moving in a forward direction, and each cycle by awakening and activating the density universe currents which are present for all of us. So the primal life force currents, which are the divine trinity, which are the Manu Mana era, break themselves into becoming the currents. So the primal life force currents that form everything are alive. They are the currents of consciousness, but they are also the current of energy, particles, subatomic particles, atoms. Atoms are made up of these primary life force current which flow through to bring the body into the manifestations. And these life force currents, which are present for all of us, are pour into our body. But it is not pour into the body like we pour the water while taking the bath, okay? But it flashes on and off at different intervals. And if the body is open to receive, then we receive these currents. So basically, the primal life force of consciousness, which is the divine trinity, the Manu Mana era, they break themselves into becoming the currents. Okay, the first current, the first universal life force current, which is present for all of us, is present in the sound field, and the name of that current is the Kundalini. The next current is the Kirasha, which is present in dimension 13, 14, 15, which are the light fields and the Rishi identity consciousness. The third current is present here in dimension 10, 11, 12, which is the Maharata life force current. Okay, now the next one is the telluric current, which is present in dimension 7, 8, and 9, which is the oversoul identity of consciousness. The next one is dimension 4, 5, 6, which is the doradic current, which is present in the soul identity of consciousness. And in dimension 1, 2, and 3, there is a telluric current, which is present for the incarnate identity of consciousness. So the telluric current, the doradic current, and the telluric current, these three currents together comprises of the Kundalini current, or the universal life force current, which is also known as the Antakarana. Okay. So what we are doing is that we are actually activating these universal life force current, okay, inside all of us, because these currents are not activating on the planet Earth, and it takes lifetime after lifetimes to get awaken a single Kundalini current. Okay, we have to activate all of these universal life force current, okay, in our Kundalini awakening journey, in our soul journey. So each Kundalini current is a triadic current, which is a set of three-dimensional current from the which functions together and are separated by the magnetic repulsion zone. Now, in magnetic repulsion zone, what is the meaning of magnetic repulsion zone? Magnetic repulsion zone we have talked about in multidimensional anatomy video in part number 13. For those who have not watched that video, I'm going to add a link in the description box so you can go and watch that video. Now, the activation of the three Kundalini current progressively creates integration of the higher dimensions of consciousness and de-densification of the molecular structure. When all these frequencies within the three embodied Kundalini currents activate, okay, the fourth Kundalini currents is activated. When all the frequencies within the three embodied Kundalini currents activates, the fourth Kundalini current is activated. The amount of energy is stored in the Kundalini will be determined by the capacity of the genetic code, that is the DNA, to hold the ultra high frequency, which is called as UHF, and the ultra low frequency, which is the ULF. We have also talked about the ultra high frequency and the ultra low frequency in part number 13, again in multidimensional anatomy, in which we get to know that there are four primary frequency bands in each dimension. As you can see in this diagram, also in the image also, that each dimension is having is being divided into four primary frequency bands. And there are four primary frequency bands, naming the ultra high frequency band, the high frequency bands, the low frequency band, and the ultra low frequency band. Okay, so you can go and watch that video. Okay, so now let's see the key of liberation. Let's use the key of liberation, okay, in which we will move from one state to the another. So in level 1 Kathara healing, Ashana Dean has taught us that how we can activate and run the phase of that current. In Kathara healing, we develop the ability to activate each progressive phase of each triadic current through grounding the current into the body, as we can draw energy from the higher dimensional unified field and bring it into our Nara Hua body, which is actually the density universe 1 body, which is the dimension 1, 2, 3. And we are going to know about the Hua bodies in the coming videos, in the coming part. Okay. For the progressive higher dimensional identity integration, which creates the changes and advancement in the biological genetic code through progressive activation of dormant portion of the silicate matrix, that is the 12 strand DNA matrix. Okay. Each harmonic universe, that is the density universe, currents of energy are composed of three dimensions of frequency. Each dimensional band within a density universe or the triadic current is referred to as a phase of that current. And each phase of the triadic current corresponds to a wavelength in the dimensional spectrum that appears as a color to the embodied human mind. In directing the triadic current, we therefore use the color translations of that primary dimensional wave spectrum to differentiate between the phases of current for the progressive activation into the body within the first density universe, which is the dimension 1 and 2 and 3. So the first current to be activated in the Kathara healing is the Doradic current. The current and the frequency drawn in from the density universe 2, which is the dimension 4, 5, 6. Now the question arises that why we are activating the Doradic current, okay? Why we are first activating the Doradic current? Why we are not activating the Telluric current first? Okay, so let's see why we are doing this. The life force currents corresponding to the first 9 dimensions are referred to as the Kundalini life force current. The three embodied Kundalini currents are the telluric current, which is present in dimension 1, 2, and 3, which is density universe 1, the Doritic current, which is present in dimension 4, 5, and 6, density universe 2, the telluric current, which is the density universe 3 current, okay, which is dimension 7, 8, and 9. Now, the first Kundalini current, the telluric current, which is the density universe 1, dimension 1, 2, and 3, is active within the human form from the birth, enabling the three dimensions of consciousness awareness in the form of scalar frequency to embody within the human body. So that's why we are activating the Doradic current, not the telluric current, because telluric current is already active within our body, because that's why we can perceive the three dimension consciousness awareness. If it is not available, if it is not activated inside all of us, then we cannot perceive the three dimension of consciousness. And many of the souls in the spiritual community are teaching about activating the telluric current. Okay. Now, in Kathara Healing Level 1, we begin the preparing the body and the DNA template to receive the high dimension phase currents by initiating transmissions of the Doradic phase 1 healing current. In activating triadic phase currents, we are using colors to direct the dimensional current into the physical body. Diuretic phase 1 healing current is effective in clearing the karmic miasmic imprint from the density universe 1 time cycle incarnations and the beginning of the density universe 2, which is the 4, 5, 6 dimension time cycle incarnations. Here the phase means the dimensional current. Okay. Now we understand that the universal life force currents are active and run by the triadic energy current, which are the three dimensional energy currents bringing into the body and DNA template to receive the higher dimensional phase currents by initiating the transmission of triadic phase current by using the color to direct the dimensional currents into the physical body. In Kathara healing, specific healing currents are directed by using the color of their dominant wavelength. So let's see this by our diagram through which we are going to learn. Okay, telluric current is present in dimension 1 and 2 and 3, which is the phase 1 red color. Okay, and phase 2 telluric current is orange and gold color. Phase 3 telluric current is yellow color. Now the second one is Doritic current, which is the phase 1 is the green color, the phase 2 is the blue color, the phase 3 Doritic current is the blue violet color. Phase means dimensional current. So for example, we are saying phase 1, which means actually the fourth dimensional current, okay, that is the green, and it is connected to the Alfi Huwa body, okay, and it is also connected to the chakras, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra. Now let's come to the next one, which is the telluric current. The first phase is Phase 1 is the violet color, which is the seventh dimensional current, and the phase 2 is the gold color. The phase 3 is mid-tone silver, which is now the next one is the Maharik current. Okay, so the phase 1 Maharik current is the blue black color. The phase 2 Maharik current is the silver black Maharik current. The phase 3 Maharik current is the white color. The Now let's talk about the next one, which is the Rishi current, which is the Ki Rasha current. Okay, Ki Rasha universal life force current. So the phase 1 Rishi current is turquoise color. The phase 2 color is pale yellow color. The phase 3 color is magenta color. So this is basically a transmutation current that can only be transmitted only by the 12th level avatar, which means that the beings with the full 12 strand DNA activation, with the full Mahara Huwa body integration, can only use this Rishi current, the Ki Rasha current, the turquoise color, the pale yellow color, the magenta color, all the phases of them. So this was the part number 3, in which we get to know and talked about the myths and misconceptions about the Kundalini awakening journey. I hope it helped you out in some manner. Sending you lots of love, healing, and happy energies to all my soul family who are watching my video. Take care of yourself, and I will see you all soon.